From point A, the angle of elevation to the top of a tall building is 20 degrees. I'm walking 80 meters towards the building. The angle of elevation is now 23 degrees. How tall is the building? Okay, so I'm going to try and draw out what's happening here. We've got, there we go. Here's the height of the building. This angle here is 20 degrees. And then when we walk a little bit closer, say to here, in fact when we walk 80 meters closer, then this angle here is 23 degrees. Now, I know that angles on a straight line add up to 180. So 23 and 157 add up to 180. I also know that angles in a triangle add up to 180. So that makes this angle here 3 degrees. Right. So what I eventually want to work out is this height. If I know this angle and this distance here, then I've got enough to work out the height using sohcahtoa. Alright, so what I need to do is find this length, and I can do that using the sine rule, because I now have, if I label up A and side A, B, side B, and C, side C, I have the C's, okay, and I can use that to work out little b. I'm going to say little b is what I'm working out, divided by sine b equals little c divided by sine c. I'm working out b, so I'm going to need to do b equals c divided by sine c. To get b on its own, I've multiplied by sine b. Now it's a case of substitution. So little c is 80. Sine c is the sine of 3 degrees. And b is 157. Now that I can do on my calculator. So 80 divided by sine 3 degrees, and then multiply by sine 157. I get this number. Okay, so I get equals 597.266. Alright, so that is B. That's this up here. 597.266 and so on. Alright, now I can just use sohcahtoa. Let's write it out. Sohcahtoa. So I'm looking at this right angle triangle. Let's draw out the triangle. 597 point whatever, and here is 20 degrees. Here is the height. I'm going to be looking at then, I'm going to be looking at the opposite and the longest one, hypotenuse, which means so. Now, if I'm working out the opposite side, I'm working out the opposite. That means I'm going to do sine of the angle times the hypotenuse. So, h, the opposite, okay, what I'm trying to work out, equals the hypotenuse one 597 times the sine of 20 degrees. So the height is, my answer, times sine 20. Gives me 204 meters to the nearest meter.